Congratulations to the three podium finishers of a dramatic Canadian Grand Prix. Third for Red Bull Racing, David Coulthard. Second for the BMW Sauber team, Nick Heidfeld. And heading a 1-2 for the BMW Sauber team and taking the lead in the World Championship with his first ever Grand Prix win from Poland, Robert Kubica. Robert, that must sound great to you, but let's just go back to the pit lane. There you were after your first pit stop alongside Kimi, waiting for the red light, and suddenly, I guess you were aware of what happened to Kimi and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, we were pitting everybody together in same lap behind safety car, and red light was still on in the exit of the pit lane, similar to last year when I stopped. Kimi stopped side by side to me, and I just heard a big shunt, and I saw Kimi car moving, and I realized it was Lewis. So then I just keep concentrate on to wait for the green light, and managed to pull away well. Then I was stuck behind slower cars, couldn't make overtake maneuver, and yeah, last car went into the for the first pit was Glock, and then I have I think 8 laps to make I think 16 or 17 second margin to come back after my pit stop in front of Nick, and yeah, this was my 7 laps of qualifying. I never struggled so much. I was pushing very hard. I knew that I have to make around 21 second gap, and I managed to do 24, so it was a really great race.
It was indeed a great race. What were the track conditions like in that second half of the race when you were pushing so hard, and indeed how difficult was it to maintain your patience when you were in that traffic?
Well, it was not easy, you know. It's always chaotic when the safety car is coming in, and I was a bit unlucky because I missed 3 seconds. I would come in, the pit lane will be still open, but when I was approaching the pit lane entry, the yellow lights start flashing, and so I couldn't go into pit lane. So I was a bit unlucky, but then struggling behind slow cars with Alonso being behind me, trying to overtake, and also the drivers were fighting, so I was losing a lot of lap time to the leaders, and but finally managed to make a good gap, and last laps were very, very difficult. I mean, I was not pushing. The team was saying, stay calm, don't push too much, and I was not pushing already for 10-15 laps, but it was just amazing. As soon as you go offline, you have tarmac destroyed, and it was like on the sand, so it was very, very difficult.
Could I ask you now just to describe your emotions, what it feels like to have won your first Grand Prix? Think back to your early days, what it means to win here in North America, indeed, where there are many poles, of course.
Well, it's very fantastic to win first race for BMW Sauber, which I joined from the beginning. We have grown up together, and thanks to the team to providing us good car, we managed to do first and second. Maybe the pace is still not the best, but this race we were right there. First stint I couldn't hold Lewis' pace. We have some pressure problems, but afterwards we changed bit pressure and the car felt very good. So fantastic race, fantastic for the team, fantastic for me, for my country, and for the fans, which I thanks to cheering for me here in Canada.
Well done, Robert. Congratulations to you. And Nick, turning to you, congratulations to you from where you were in qualifying, a fantastic result. Almost as many leaders here as back in the 71 Italian Grand Prix. 7 leaders, you were one of them. Obviously, you're on a different fuel strategy too, Robert. A difficult race for you at that point, but a great result at the end of the day.
Yeah, obviously very happy with second position, very happy for Robert and for the team, the first 1-2 for us ever. And yeah, it was a good race for me and a good result in the situation I am at the moment. I did struggle a bit lately, and I think we've seen here over the weekend that it was going better for me. I had a poor start, fell back behind Barrichello, overtook him, and then I think I had probably the best pace in the field apart from Lewis on hard tires, so that was good. And then I was lucky that I was quite long on my first stint strategy, could pull a nice gap, and then even got out ahead of Robert for the second stint. And at this stage we decided to convert me to a one-stopper with soft tires, which I think was the right choice. But on the soft tires I struggled. I've seen that yesterday in qualifying, and that didn't make it easy. And as Robert and myself were on a different strategy, let's say I didn't make it too difficult for him.
Yes, it was a difficult day for the two-stop strategy runners, apart from Robert, of course. How difficult was it on that Bridgestone option? I think you did about 40 laps on that tyre.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult, but it was, on the other hand, a lot better than last year. If you remember last year, so in the last stint, Fernando was overtaken by Sato. I guess everybody remembers that, and the lap times were nowhere. This year it wasn't blindingly quick for me with the car that was completely full, but at least I could keep Alonso behind, for example.
And how were the track conditions? How did the track stand up to the temperature?
Well, on one side it was not what a Formula One circuit should look like. On the other hand, it was a lot better than I expected, because yesterday in qualifying it was even worse than what we had today in the end of the race. So the repair they did to the circuit was good, but still is not worth it.
And Nick, this is very much, you're a part of this team as much as anybody else. A 1-2 with the first win for Robert. First time that's happened for 10 years since Jordan achieved it. Your thoughts on this great day for the BMW Sauber team?
Yes, you say I've been with the team since the beginning. I've been with both BMW at Williams. I've been with Sauber before. And it's great to have the first victory with Robert for the team, and then straight away to have a 1-2. I think it shows that we're still going in the right direction. It shows that we, over the last 3 years now, managed to achieve our goals, which I think we did set quite high for the standards of Formula One. The goal for this year was winning a race. We've done that. Now for next year, our target was to fight for the championship, and you can believe that we are all working flat out. And a big thank you to the team at this point, especially to the guys in Hinwil who built a new chassis for me after Alonso crashed into me in Monaco, was pretty badly damaged, so I started here with a new one.
Congratulations to you. And David Coulthard, congratulations to you. A great drive on a tumultuous day for many drivers, but a one-stop strategy, taking advantage of those dramas in the pit lane and the early safety car, and a long, hot, hard race, I suspect.
It was one stop. Ultimately, we were able to outrun the other cars that were on that strategy. So I believe I led briefly for one lap before my stop. And then obviously a long stint on the option tyre. The tyre was graining, which is the same, I guess, for everyone, but also the track was breaking up. Thankfully, I was able to have a big enough gap to Rubens, who was holding up that pack, and then ultimately to Glock. And it made it not too difficult at the end. But it's a hot race, and you have to really concentrate even when you're driving, trying to protect the brakes, because if you go 1 inch off the line, then you're on that gravel and it just sucks you in. So very difficult, but I'm delighted, because I would never have expected to get a podium here this weekend. I've had a horrible start to the year, and all my guys on my car, the whole team, everyone back at the factory, I've had a lot of repairs because of all the various incidents. So I'm delighted for them. You know, it's a real credit to Red Bull, the efforts they're putting in.
We did see you running a little bit wide in the closing stages of the race. The camera caught that one. Was that the only incident, or were there others?
That was the worst one. I got a little bit. I actually braked early for the corner, believe it or not, but I got a little bit off the turning point to get the momentum for the car to turn, and I just got sucked into the gravel. And once you're there, it's incredible. You just can't believe how difficult it is to get out of that situation. But thankfully, there was like an 18-second gap or something to Rubens, so there was no big risk. Just had to bring the car home, and it's just, funnily enough, the car actually stopped in the pit lane. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I'm glad it chose to do that after the checker flag and not on the last lap.
You mentioned this podium. What does this podium mean to you in the context of your long and illustrious career?
Well, it's I think my 62nd podium, and I'm as delighted to be there today as I was in '94 when I had my first podium. Actually, Canada is where I scored my first points in '94. So, you know, I'm in a reflective mood on my career, because obviously, 15 seasons is a long time for anyone, and especially I've had such an ugly start to the season. And you know, it's great to see the younger guys enjoying their first victories. I'm very happy for Robert and for BMW. I think that they're deserving winners of this Grand Prix. And as I said, I'm especially happy for all of the team that I work with. You know, this is my 4th year at Red Bull. We've started a journey 4 years ago to take the team forward, and like BMW, we're on an upward trend. So you can take a great deal of pride from that.
Congratulations, David. Returning to you, Robert, just for some final thoughts. You are leading the championship. It would be easy to talk to you about the upcoming races, but can I just ask you about 1 year ago, the accident you had here, and then being on the centre of the podium, winning the Canadian Grand Prix 12 months later? What an incredible year.
Yeah, it has been an incredible year, but also struggling year. Last season I was struggling a lot. I'm very happy we managed to fix some issues which were not working properly last season, and I'm doing pretty well this season. I think it shows how much I was struggling last year, and yeah, I'm very happy winning in Canada, where I have a big shunt last season. It's something amazing, and now the goal was to win Grand Prix this season. We have done it, so we are leading driver championship, so I hope the team will give me 100% support to try maybe defend it until last race.
Doing pretty well. That will remain the understatement of the year. Robert Kubica, congratulations to you. Now, if we could have some words from you in Polish.
Cóż mogę powiedzieć, fantastyczny wyścig, strategia była dobra, ale niestety safety car nie pomógł. Zabrakło parę sekund, żeby mógł wjechać do pit lane. Pit lane była zamknięta i w tym momencie ewidentnie strategia jednego pit stopa była dużo lepsza. My zjechaliśmy w pierwszej trójce do pit lane, kiedy była ona otwarta. Nadal było czerwone światło, Hamilton zderzył się z Raikkonenem i w tym momencie byłem pierwszym kierowcą, który jechał na 2 pit stopy. I wtedy wiedziałem, że niestety będzie bardzo ciężki wyścig, ponieważ cały czas jechałem za wolnymi kierowcami. W końcu wszyscy zjechali, miałem około 7-8 okrążeń, żeby wypracować sobie przewagę ponad 20 sekund nad nikiem. Udało się to zrobić, wyjechałem po drugim pit stopie przed nim i w tym momencie wyścig już się stał dużo łatwiejszy. Podziękowania dla zespołu, podziękowania dla fanów tutaj w Kanadzie i w Polsce i cóż, miejmy nadzieję, że oby tak dalej.